I honestly didn't plan on recording this today. I feel like it feels a little random and also a little personal, but it's also suffocating me. So, what am I gonna do? I will lay it all on the ground so I could just sleep peacefully today. So, do you ever feel like life right now is like just the filler episode before your real life starts? Like everything you're doing right now is just prep and you're just building the habits to become the best version of yourself. Like that's where I feel like right now my life is at. Like I'm in that start of the movie. And for me, the highest self is somebody who is traveling, who's successful, who's loved and understood. Like right now, I'm learning boundaries, I'm learning myself, building my craft, but I'm not him yet. I'm just building him. And I try to pinpoint the parts of my life that feel more like a ghost. Like I'm not really there. And I think a big place where I feel like I'm a ghost is school, because that's where I have the least control over what I'm doing. Because if I could choose to stay home and make music and reflect and draw and do everything I want, I genuinely would. Because I wake up and I feel a creative spark and I just want to make something, create art and create something. But it always feels like as soon as I get to school, it really feels like it's blocking my life and it's blocking like the things I want to do in life. I'm sitting in a classroom watching a teacher just speak and I just zone out. And it feels like I'm being put in a system that I didn't choose in a way, because like we're forced to go to school, which in a way is good because like we need to learn and become a better society. But I didn't choose this. Like, I'm just here because society said I had to be here. And I think in those moments, I feel this insane urge to just disappear into the distance and like disappear and escape in my mind. And I think freshman year was when it all started. I would drift off constantly. And honestly, I think a part of that drifting off into like a whole different world made me believe that I could be something. Like, yeah, I was in the room where I was listening to a teacher and I had to just sit there and just take it and just pay attention. But as soon as I drifted into my mind, I was at the place that I wanted to be, which was on stage and connecting with people and making stuff that I wanted to do. I was writing music and I was living a life that genuinely felt like me. And when I'm alone and I'm home, I don't daydream as often because I'm taking action to become that person. I'm producing, I'm writing, creating art that I actually love. But when I'm at school, the movies just play on loop. Sometimes it's imagining someone who actually cares for me, or imagining performing on stage and imagining my desires. And then I finally like ask myself like, why does imagining that version of myself that has my desires feel safer than my current reality? And I realize it's because the imaginary version of myself like already has it. He already made it. He's already successful. He's already doing everything he wants to do in life. He has the body, the discipline, the habits. He already crossed the finish line. So when I get to live through him, I feel like all my worries just like evaporate for a minute, because I don't have to wait, or I don't have to worry about failing or me not making it or nothing in my life happening currently. It feels like I could breathe through him, which sounds so freaking insane. And honestly, saying that out loud is a little sad because like I'm not currently like living in the present in a way, because he's not real and I'm in the mess and the uncertainty of it, because I truly don't know if I'm ever going to achieve being him. Like I know I could through discipline and habits, but no one truly knows. Anything could happen. So maybe I should have a positive mindset on it actually. A lot of people ask me like, do you feel like your dreams or what you want to do is like too big coming from the environment that you're from? And honestly, I feel like coming from a small apartment. And coming from Dominican Republic, like my family doesn't have much. Like we're not like some rich people, you know what I mean? And I think coming from a place that's like small pushes me to kind of want to make it bigger and make my life feel bigger because I came from a place without wealth. So it drives me, like genuinely drives me and makes me want to like break the cycle in a way. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt when I see somebody else live my dreams. Like seeing somebody else live your dream life online. I feel two things. A part of me studies them and like I look through their account and I'm like, what did they do to achieve this? How did they do this? And another part of me feels a sharp jealousy that I don't really like to admit. And I think it's gotten better through time and through building confidence up in myself because I think I start to wonder like, why not me? Why can't I do what they do? And if I'm being honest, there's been nights where I cried about it because life just felt impossible for a second, and nights where I compared myself to the point where I felt so sick. I'll see someone blow up and it feels so unfair because sometimes it feels like I'm shouting into a void where no one's really listening, and sometimes I feel scared for like being cringe just for trying to be someone and be successful. But I have to remind myself I didn't start this podcast for numbers. I started it because I needed to hear it. So I asked myself, am I escaping to a fantasy or am I escaping because I'm at a point where I genuinely don't want to be where I am right now? And the answer is both. I escape because the fantasy is free, it's peaceful, all my worries evaporate. But I'm realizing that the waiting room before I become that person, I guess, is really just a training room because I'm growing in the quiet and I'm growing my communication skills, I'm growing my discipline, and every single day I'm also growing my emotional literacy. And I don't think escaping reality is really a bad thing sometimes because I think it shows us what we really crave in the world and it shows us stability that we don't have yet. My dream life feels safer than my current one, but every single day I'm trying to bring pieces of that dream life into my current life. So if you're currently in love with the version of yourself that is in your head instead of the one in the mirror, just know that you're not crazy. You're just training, and I'm right here in the waiting room with you. This mic is crying with you.